Hello, welcome back to the channel. Firstly, thank you to all the new subscribers. We're well over 1,000 subscribers now, and that's wonderful. In the greater scheme of things, this is wonderful that you've taken so much time. Please tell your friends, and please, if you haven't subscribed yet, like, subscribe, click the notification. You know better than I do what you need to do. Welcome back to the MG. The windscreen's in. Well, almost. It's not actually bolted in, but we wanted to make sure that it was right and when we were fitting panels and things like that. So it's only in loosely. There are various things that we need to do. We've got different wheels on the car now. Gone are the scrappy row styles that were on it that we've used to wheel it around that the car came with. And I've put on a set of LE wheels that were on the donor car. Now, I'd be really interested to know what you think. I'm in two minds. They're not right for the period of car. They're of course, the limited edition, the run-out versions. Do they match the colour green? Do they go with green? Of course, the LE cars were either bronze or silver, weren't they? Bronze for the convertible, bronze for the Roadster, and silver for the GT. But I just kind of think it might work with this. Let me know your thoughts. But we have bigger problems. The engine runs. It sounds wonderful, but I think it's very, very knackered. I'll show you what I mean. Have a listen to this. Now, it idles right, it's timed, it's tuned. I've warmed it up before we started the video because I want you to see what I can see when we rev it up. It's really not a very pleasant sight, and I need you to help me make a decision as to what we're going to do. Ready? So you can see what the problem is. Clouds of smoke. Now, I know that it's timed right, I know that it's tuned. What do you think? Now, is it a top-end rebuild? Is it valve seats? I don't think so. I think it can only be rings. We remember when we started this project years ago, we didn't know the condition of the engine. We still didn't know until the day we started it in the last episode. We didn't know the condition of the engine. This is kind of my worst fear realised. Couple that with, you see that we have a drip tray underneath the front, a small pot underneath the front, because we need to change one of the oil cooler hoses because it's not sealing properly. Now, when we tried to change the oil cooler, when we did change the oil cooler for a brand new one, the oil that came out of it was a bit sparkly. So I think we have a very, very poorly engine. We're going to do a bit of investigation now. I want to put a boroscope down, or Ollie's going to put a boroscope down. We're going to have a look and see what the bores are like. We let it cool off for a bit. Let's see what the bores are like. We're going to drain a bit of oil there. We know that there's fresh oil. It's clean oil because obviously we filled it up ages ago, but this is the first time it's run. It hasn't really run for very long. So we know the oil is good, and we know the oil is fresh. So we're going to drop some of the oil, see if we can see anything in that. And then it's up to you, really, as to what you think we should do. We can rebuild this engine and do the whole thing, and of course we'll put it into future videos. Or we can swap it for the donor car's engine. Now, the donor car, before the accident, was in really, really good shape. It looked to be in really good shape. Now it's toast, of course. But we don't know whether the accident has damaged the crankshaft, because it's had a heck of a front-end smack. Whether it's damaged the crankshaft, it's certainly damaged the crankshaft pulley and pushed the engine back into the car, or moved it on its engine mounts anyway. We don't know, even if that was all okay, we don't know whether the engine was right in the first place. I'm sensing it probably is. That car was crashed, so it was driving when it was crashed. This car was dismantled when we bought it because they were going to restore it. Now, were they going to restore it because it was rotten? I don't think so. There hasn't been an awful lot of welding. There's been some welding, but there hasn't been an awful lot in this. So did they pull it all to bits because they thought we'll do the engine, but we might as well freshen up the bodywork at the same time? This is the question. So what I'd love to hear from you as to whether you think we should rebuild this engine if you think it needs it, if we think it needs it, or swap and put the one from the donor car in, cross our fingers and hope that would be good. And you're not allowed to say rebuild both, because that's cheating. Fresh new paintwork. Cover. It's really good, these actually. I got them online. They're really very good. They're colour universal. They're not necessarily for an MGB. They do lots of different cars. Anyway, we've pushed the car in a little bit. It's about half an hour later and it's cooled down. And I think what we need to do is just put the boroscope down it. And I'll try and record it on my phone because we can't work out how to plug the boroscope into the camera. Forgive me. But we're just going to do it one by one. Take these out and then Ollie can come in and do the boroscoping thing and see, and we'll just see what we can find, if anything at all, and then we'll drop the oil after that. A little bit, not all of it. Yeah, you see it's been running really very rich anyway, but that's now sorted. Okay, Ollie, have you got the boroscope there, mate? If you come in and just do that, and let me just... Ollie knows all these technical things. Right, there we are, down the plug hole. There's the piston. Can't really see the... Okay. It's not really showing very much. We've got the light behind us, unfortunately.
A bit of muck on the top though.
Well, there's going to be carbon build-up anyway, isn't there? Because the engine's so old, but I'm not sure I like the look of that very much. No. Can you get any? Can you get any of the sidewalls? Can you get any of the cylinders?
That's quite high up.
That's quite scoring.
Quite high up there,
yeah, but you can see the scoring. I hope this is coming out on camera, but you can certainly see the scoring.
There we go. Got that one there.
Yeah. Aye. That's really quite a bad mark on the cylinder wall there, isn't it? Around there.
As well.
All right, well, let's have a quick look through the others. Right, cylinder number 2. See, that looks really good. Can you get anything of the cylinder wall?
That's as high as I can get it, because the cylinder's quite high here, so no.
But that doesn't look...
That's the best shot I can get of the cylinder wall, really.
Okay.
That doesn't look bad, in fairness.
Okay, on to number 3. See, they don't look too bad.
One did look bad down.
Number 1 did look really bad. We can't really get a decent...
It's too high again, this one. I can't really get anything else out of that.
No, okay. Alright, well that's number 3. So that piston's down. You've got that line there again.
Yeah. I think we could see the top of the line on the other pistons, but that...
It's the cylinder walls we're really interested in. You've got that big score mark round the middle. I think this engine's toast. I'd be interested to know what you... I'm sorry that the footage is not great, trying to get the boroscope onto the camera. But I want to... Ollie's already getting the boroscope ready to have a look down the bores of our donor car. And we'll see what happens. As I say, that was off the road because it was smashed, not because it was being restored. And when you look closely at the car, and you'll see the bits that were taking off that to put on this, it looks, to all intents and purposes, as if it was in a really, really good state. So, what state's the engine? We can but find out. Let's have a look at the 4 bores of the donor car. We go into number 1, cylinder number 1. It's difficult to tell. It's at top dead centre, isn't it? Yeah, tell you what we can do is, well, let's do the other ones as well, and then we'll move the pistons, because we know this engine turns, and it turns really well. Here we are. Right, going down into number 2. Get the cylinder wall. That looks amazing.
And going close, you can see the original, the cross hatching as if it's just been redone.
You can see.
Just want a few guys to, there we go,
That looks incredible.
And go down on the bottom, you can see the reflection of the edge of the piston in the wall as well.
And there's some coating on the top of the piston, but okay, let's do number 3.
There you go.
There's the cross hatching. I'm sorry, you're getting so much glare if you're trying to watch this at home. There we go. Can you see? Hopefully you can make out the cross hatching there, which suggests that's right, isn't it? I mean, that looks to me as if this has just been redone, or it certainly hasn't done many miles. Go around that piston again, see what else we can find. If anything, hopefully nothing at all. What's that? What's that? No, what? Yeah, what? That's a sticker, is it?
There you go, there's a little sticker, it's a number 2 on there, that orange sticker. We get the
and I think I'm right in saying, don't they put a sticker on to say it can run on unleaded or something like that, or it's been redone?
That's what I was told when I had inquired into getting my heads redone for my Mini.
Okay.
I can't see the sticker.
No.
There
All right. Try number 4.
And 4 is also very top, so you can only see the top of the piston head. Top of the piston.
All right. Well, I tell you what, thanks, Ollie, very much. I think what we need to do is, we're going to turn the engine and keep the boroscope. I'm not going to bore you with what's going on because, frankly, the quality of it is not very good, and I'm sorry about that. That's very different from how I thought that was going to be. It looks to me, on the face of it, as if those bores are really very good, which is interesting when you look at the state of the engine out on the outside, which is really not very good. It's covered in oil. It doesn't look to have been cleaned, even taking the accident into account. It doesn't look to have been cleaned at all. That's not a big problem, and it may just be that someone just said, you know, refurbish the engine, but don't worry about painting it or anything else. Or it may have been done and sat for a while. Who knows? We don't know the history of this darling little car, except the fact that it is very near the end of its days. But it looks to me that as long as the crankshaft is okay, this could be the option. Your comments, please. Let me know. We haven't dropped the oil yet. We're going to do that now on the green car. Let me know whether you think we should just put this in, swap it over, and see how it goes, or whether you think we should do a full rebuild. Let's go and drop the oil, a bit of oil, and see what we get, if anything, out of the green car. We've got metallic oil, which if that was a paint, it probably wouldn't look too bad, but hopefully you can pick up on camera those metallic flecks that is turning this fresh oil, which is very dark now anyway, but it's turning this fresh oil nice and sparkly. So we can rebuild that and know that it's been done, or the boroscope is telling us, as far as we can see, that the donor car engine, it's maybe all right. Do we do the maybe all right, which is a quicker fix, or do we do the full rebuild, which of course will take a longer time, more videos? And frankly, this has been going on for a long time already. I'm going to wait for you to get your comments, and please, if you have a chance, just write a thought as to what you think. Also, what you think of the wheels on the car. Do you think that they are right? I kind of think between me, Ollie, and Harriet, who's behind the camera, we kind of quite like it. I need to live with it a bit more because I'm not certain. It may look different when we get the chrome bumpers on. I don't know, but I'd like your thoughts. What I want to concentrate now on, though, is getting the car finished. We know the state of the engine. We know we need to rebuild it or replace it or whatever we're going to do. But there's still an entire interior to do. We need to get the windscreen in properly. We need to get the dashboard in. That's refurbished. I refurbished that about 18 months, 2 years ago. That's ready to go in now. The wiring loom is there. The doors are already built up. So we are kind of cracking on. But the next video, I hope, we'll start bunging stuff in and seeing how it looks. Listen, thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe, click the notifications channel, and we'll see you very soon. Until then, cheerio.